You ever hear about that one monk who claimed he actually saw hell? I'm not talking about some vague dream or a made-up story to scare people. I mean, this guy swore he went there, saw what was waiting on the other side, and came back with a warning so terrifying it shook everyone who heard it. Stick with me, because by the end of this story, you're either going to sleep with the lights on, or you're going to rethink everything you thought you knew about life, death, and what happens after. So picture this. It's the Middle Ages. No phones, no TikTok, no scrolling endlessly when you're bored. People's entire lives revolved around faith, survival, and the big mystery of what comes after death. And in this world, a monk named, let's just call him Brother Stephen for now, falls gravely ill. His brothers in the monastery think he's gone for good. They prepare his body, light candles, and pray. But hours later, he jolts awake, screaming, shaking, begging them to listen. He tells them he's been somewhere so dark, so twisted, that he can't erase it from his mind. He swears he saw hell. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, okay, just another medieval ghost story, hang on. The way he described it wasn't vague at all. He didn't just say, oh, it was hot, and there was fire. Nah, he laid out every detail, every tortured soul, every sound, every smell. And here's the part that gives me chills. What he described back then sounds eerily similar to what people today, in modern near-death experiences, also claim to have seen. He said the first thing he noticed wasn't fire, but silence. Not peaceful silence, but heavy, suffocating silence, like the whole place was holding its breath. Then came the screams, millions of voices, some crying, some laughing in this twisted, mocking way. He said the ground beneath him was alive, almost breathing, pulling at his feet as if the earth itself wanted to swallow him whole. And the air, thick, choking like smoke mixed with rot. He described rivers, not of water, but of fire, boiling and bubbling with souls thrown in like trash. He saw people being forced to walk endlessly in circles, their feet burning on hot stones, never allowed to rest. He said there were demons, though he didn't call them demons exactly. He called them dark figures, with faces that twisted and changed, mocking the people they tormented. These figures weren't just punishing, they were enjoying it, feeding on the suffering. And here's where it gets deep. He swore he saw people he recognized, not strangers, not some random souls, but faces from his own village, merchants, soldiers, even other monks. People who looked perfectly normal in life, now screaming in agony. He realized hell wasn't just for the worst of the worst of the worst of murderers and tyrants. It was for anyone who carried secret darkness, anyone who lived selfishly, anyone who thought they could hide who they really were. When he came back, he didn't just keep this to himself. He wrote it all down. Every smell, every sound, every scene etched into parchment. He begged people to change their lives, to wake up before it was too late. And let me tell you, his writings weren't treated like some wild bedtime story. They spread. Monks copied them, shared them, and people listened. Imagine hearing this in a world where death was everywhere. Wars, plagues, famine. People wanted answers, and here was someone claiming he'd seen the ultimate truth. Now, here's what's wild. Some historians believe these visions weren't just spiritual, but psychological. Maybe the monk's brain, starved of oxygen during his near-death state, created these hallucinations. But think about this. Why do people across time, across cultures, across religions, even today, describe the same kind of imagery when they talk about near-death experiences? The tunnels, the light, the darkness, the beings watching them. Are they all just hallucinating the same thing? Or is there something we're not supposed to see until the end? And let me hit you with something else. Brother Stephen didn't just stop at describing what he saw. He warned people that hell wasn't a place you would go after death. He said it was already inside you, growing, shaping itself from your choices. That when you die, it's like a mirror is held up and whatever you've built inside is what you fall into. That thought right there, that hits harder than any horror movie, because it means hell isn't just waiting, it's being built every single day by what we do, what we say, how we treat people. Imagine living back then, hearing that. No Netflix to distract you, no memes to laugh at. Just candlelight, a cold stone room, and this monk telling you he's seen souls burning for eternity because of the same mistakes you're making right now. Would you change? Or would you call him crazy and go on with your life? The craziest part, even after all this, some monks didn't believe him. They thought maybe he'd gone delirious, that he was making it up, but others were shaken to the core. They said his descriptions matched ancient texts, older visions people had written about centuries before. How could he know the same things unless he'd really seen them? And here's where you come in. Think about this story for a second. Do you believe he really went to hell? Or was it all in his head, a product of fear and sickness? And if it was real, what does that mean for us? Listen, stories like this survive for a reason. They tap into something deep, something we all think about but don't like to admit. What happens when the lights go out? What's waiting when the heart stops? Is it peace or is it fire? Here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment right now. Tell me, do you think this monk really saw hell? Or was it all just a vision cooked up by a dying brain? And if you've ever had a near-death experience yourself, or know someone who has, share it. You'd be surprised how many people out there have seen the same things, but are too scared to talk about it. And before you go, hit that like button, because stories like this deserve to be remembered. Subscribe if you want more deep dives into the mysteries of life, death, and the stuff nobody else wants to talk about. Because trust me, this isn't the only time someone claimed to see the other side. And the next story I'm bringing you, it's even darker. So are you ready to hear it?